Albies to Jarvis to Olson. That ends the bottom of the first inning. We go to the top of the second. No score in New York.
Strike three.
Good calls. They're great in baseball games, and they're even better when you need a law firm. If you've been in an auto accident and need legal representation, do yourself a favor and get the best call there is. I'm attorney Ken Nugent. My team will fight for you and stick with you.
Inside, 1 ball and no strikes. Really clouded up overhead here at Yankee Stadium. 1-0 pitch. Goldschmidt swings and misses. When they said play ball, and certainly during the old-timers game prior to our game today, a lot of sunshine. But now clouds as far as the eye can see and shade in every direction. 1-1 pitch in the air to right field. Retreating Yastrzemski to the warning track in front of the wall. Throws up the glove, makes the catch, and then gently into the right field wall. 2 down. Speaking of that old-timers game prior, there are actually 2 fathers of current Yankees on the roster for that game.
That was funny.
Yeah, Clay Bellinger and David Weathers. 2 down for Elliot Ramos. 1-0 Yankees in the third. Ramos swings and misses late on the fastball.
Nice to see former Atlanta Brave reliever Mike Stanton also in Yankee pinstripes today for old timers.
Yeah, that's great. Well, one from Sale fouled off the inside of the foot of the batter. Of course, some big names: Ron Guidry, Tino Martinez, Paul O'Neill, Andy Pettit, Bernie Williams. But I think the loudest ovation was for Mariano Rivera.
I think it was too. He was the last one introduced right after Joe Torre.
Yeah, Rivera and Torre were the only Hall of Famers who are here for the game. 0-2 to Ramos. Missed low with a slider. Looking ahead to the 4th inning, Braves will have Olson, Harris, and Albies due up. Chris Sale hoping for a 1-2-3 third inning. 1-2 to Ramos. Adios. Spun him around, swinging and missing at the slider. Strikeout number 4 for Sale. So we put 3 in the books here in the Bronx. We go to the top of the 4th inning. It's 1-0 Yankees.
You need all the energy you can get for game day. Luckily at Georgia Power, we know a thing or two about.
The people are welcoming, they're loving, they're caring. So if you're looking for a familial feel, definitely Asheville.
It's Asheville. That's all you gotta say.
Yeah.
They're excited to be back and back on their feet, so it's been awesome to see the rebuild.
Winning or losing, like everybody's there having a good time rooting us on, so I've always enjoyed that the whole year.
You play here at the tourist park and you feel like you're back in the old days playing real baseball.
Nestled right into the mountains there.
That's right on a cliff.
Oh, baby. Michael Bush lays out of the backhand.
Oh, what a grab by Goldschmidt.
Jumps into the netting, made the catch. Riley diving stop to his feet, and a scoop on the other end.
He spins, he fires, and he got him.
All in one motion, spins quickly to his feet.
That's about as good as it gets.
He dives, he makes the catch, he doubles, he hangs on to it.
Gobbled up and short. Oh, it must be the big leagues.
Put a star next to that one.
Oh, what a play at short. Colson Montgomery
pops to his feet and throws in time. What a play.
Falling down, and he gets to first base in time.
Gloves, comes to his feet, throws to first in time. Spectacular defense.
Outstanding play by Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Put another line on his Gold Glove resume.
Nice play by Xander Bogaerts, the sliding pick, and a perfect throw.
Hard and short with a leap. Durbin dives, backhanded by Monasteri, leaps and throws to first. That is spectacular.
Inning, Vermeer with you. Matchup of aces here in New York today. Pitch on the way to Matt Olson. A strike on the outside corner. Matt struck out swinging back in the first inning, making him now 0 for 22 in his career versus Garrett Cole. Hard to believe. 1. He swings and misses at a changeup that was just dying as it approached the plate. 0-2. Top of this stadium lined with flag poles, and all those flags up there blowing out pretty hard to left center field. Big gray cloud hovering right over the top of the stadium right now. 0-2 pitch. Ball high, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Braves didn't lose any ground in their lead in the standings last night, while the Braves had a disappointing defeat here in 10 innings in New York. Phillies lost at home to the Blue Jays 5-4. 1-2 pitch, lofted down the left field line, slicing towards the corner. In pursuit is Ramos, and he's there for the out. And 1 away in the 4th inning. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Atlanta Braves Radio Network. Northside Hospital Cancer Institute, one of the nation's leading and largest cancer programs. Northside is built to beat cancer. Michael Harris climbing in. 1 down, base is empty. Michael Harris takes a ball high. Last night here at Yankee Stadium, they announced 42,297. There'll be a bigger crowd than that here today. 1-0 to Harris. And he swings, and it's a high fly ball to right field. Spencer Jones coming in, and in medium depth right field makes a 2-handed catch over the top of his cap, and 2 down.
One of the things that makes Garrett Cole so effective is his deliberate windup or out of the stretch, either one. He's very deliberate, kicking his leg in the air and then getting ready to deliver. And when he wants to uncoil his best fastball, it's on you.
He always swings and misses. And there have been times where he is set in the windup, ready to work, and there's still 10 seconds or so left on the pitch timer, and he's a statue out there. 0-1 pitch. Missed outside, but he's really good at offsetting the timing and keeping batters uncomfortable.
And he's kind of old school. His windup, he takes his hands behind his head. There's no just stand and throw.
1-1 missed outside with a curve.
And I think that adds to the deception.
On the back squeeze. Ozzie to second base. Top of the 4th inning. Tough as expected. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. 1-0 Yankees.
Strike 3.
Good calls.
A lot of fans and collectors will look at the T206 set as the more famous of the sets that were produced in the early part of the 20th century. And certainly they would carry more financial value. But when you talk to collectors, some will tell you that these T205s are actually more physically attractive. They're maybe the most physically attractive cards produced prior to World War II.
Welcome to the Bronx, Luis!
Well, if this isn't a script, guy was born here, his family and friends are here.
Welcome back to the big leagues, Abby Ortiz. His first Major League homer in just his 3rd at-bat at the Major League level.
Grand slam! Derek Hill has just given the Phils the lead. Derek Hill does it to DC again. 4-3, Phillies lead it. Derek Hill with his 9th home run of the season.
So it's 6 shutout, season high, 8 strikeouts.
Incredible work by him, and featuring the sweeper today. A nice little left turn. Used it versus righties and lefties.
3 home runs, 6 RBIs. Yes, he got his 18th home run in this series. He got it in this game.
Have a night, Alec Burleson. Have a night.
1-0 Yankees into the bottom of the 4th inning. Ben Rice leads off for New York in the Tidal Wave Auto Spa inning. Tidal Wave Auto Spa is making Braves country clean car country, and they're doing it all season long. If the Braves pitch a scoreless 4th inning tonight, Tidal Wave will offer half off their Best Watch membership tomorrow. Learn more at TidalWaveAutospa.com/Braves. Rice hit into a double play back in the 1st inning. And Sale goes to work against him. Left-handed batter takes a front door slider in for a called strike.
Remember when I said it might take Chris an inning to get his bearings?
Yes.
Boy, I'll tell you what, he's in a nice groove right now.
Coming out really nicely. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Rice a check swing. He went 0-2. Chris Sale rubs up a brand new baseball, tucks that glove under his left arm, uses both hands to rub up that fresh pearl. Meanwhile, Ben Rice, wearing number 22 on the back of his Yankee uniform, digging in. 0-2 to Rice. Throw it outside. Final game of this series will be tomorrow. That'll be a 1:35 Eastern first pitch. Grant Holmes and Cam Schlittler. It's a very important L in his last name.
I like the way you enunciate.
It might just be Cam tomorrow. There's the 1-2 pitch, and he just wiped him out with a slider. Ben Rice, don't feel bad. Many left-handed batters have been made to look very foolish by that pitch from Chris Sale. That's now 5 strikeouts by Sale, 1 down. Yeah, I just don't see myself being perfect tomorrow, getting that L in there every single time. It's
well,
Schlittler.
I'll let you know with hysterical laughter.
1 down for Ahmed Rosario. Rosario swings and misses over the top of a slider. Alongside Joe Simpson and our producer-engineer Jonathan Chadwick, Ben Ingram here with you. Rosario 0 for 1 with a little ground out back to the mound. 0-1 low and outside. I tell you what I've really enjoyed today and yesterday is the stories that you and Walt have had on the Walt Weiss Report. Of course, for Walt, he grew up about a half an hour from here and grew up coming to Yankee games a lot. And that's been a really fun conversation to listen to. You talking about you playing here and him playing at the old ballpark. There's a ball inside, 2-1.
It was no treat playing in the old ballpark when I played because the Yankee teams were very good, and I was on a very bad team in Seattle. And we used to come in here and just get thumped.
Sale's 2-1 pitch. Popped up on the infield. Matt Olson walking in onto the grass in between the bag and the mound makes the catch and 2 down. You were telling us a story the other day that I'd love for you to tell our listeners about at the old ballpark. And you played a lot of right field. How right field was unique there, where you felt like you're throwing off a mound sometimes.
Yeah, it was like a slope that kind of gradually went up to the right field fence from the back of the infield. So you were actually a little higher than the infielders were. So when you were throwing, taking infield practice, man, oh man, it felt like you were on a mound.
Grisham takes a strike on the inside corner.
Throwing downhill, it just seemed to make your arm that much better.
I bet. So you love playing defense there and throwing from out in right field.
Yeah. But my biggest satisfaction was playing center field, knowing that Mickey had played there.
0-1 pitch, check swing. He did not go. And for a boy from Oklahoma, I can't even imagine the throw that must have been for you.
It was. It was a great thrill.
Nothing Yankees on the 4th. Sale's 1-1 pitch, low and outside, 2 balls and a strike. I'm guessing whomever your second favorite player in the big leagues was growing up was a distant second to Mickey Mantle.
It was, and it was very hard as a huge fan of his to see him suffer with all his knee problems that he had.
Sure.
Making him less than 100%.
2-1 check swing, didn't go, 3-1. Yankees scored a run in the second on an RBI single from Spencer Jones. And it drove in this man, Trent Grisham, who doubled back in the second inning. 3 balls and a strike. And a strike on the outside corner. Shaved the outer third with a fastball. 6 in a row sat down by Sale since allowing that single in the second inning. Tall, lean, bearded left-hander rubs up a brand new baseball. Tug of the cap. Grinding his left foot down against the third base side of the rubber. Deep inhale and exhale. Kicks and fires a 3-2. Grisham hangs alive, fouling back a fastball. If Grisham reaches, Lombard would come to the plate. He's over there trying to knock some mud from the bottom of his left cleat. Sale, long look into his backstop. Drake Baldwin. 3-2. Have a seat. Located a fastball in the top quadrant of the zone away from the left-handed batter. And it's strikeout number 6 for Sale to 1-2-3 4th inning. We're off to the top of the 5th. 1-0 Yankees.
Hey, this is Jaron Solomon from Solomon Brothers Jeweler.
I'm helping these kids be the best versions of themselves, and I'm also representing like where I came from. And in the Zilla team, I was working with a creative guy that was with Nike. I work with my best friend who manages this team with me, and we kind of just like put together like what we think would look cool. We went like Godzilla theme. You kind of get to help them grow up into a young man and help them just make the right steps forward, and that's really why I started it, to have impact.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Welcome to the Bronx, Luis!
Well, if this isn't a script, guy was born here, his family and friends are here.
Welcome back to the big leagues, Abby Ortiz. His first Major League homer in just his third at-bat at the Major League level.
Grand slam! Derek Hill has just given the Phils the lead.
Derek Hill does it to DC again. 4-3, Phillies lead it. Derek Hill with his 9th home run of the season.
So it's 6 shutout, season high, 8 strikeouts.
Incredible work by him, and featuring the sweeper today. A nice little left turn. Used it versus righties and lefties.
3 home runs, 6 RBIs. Yes, he got his 18th home run in this series. He got it in this game.
Have a night, Al.
And Braves are going to have to play some small ball, it looks like, today against Garrett Cole. He is on fire. Mauricio Dubon will add to that with a rocket down the left field line all the way to the wall. He's headed to second, and the throw coming in is going to be late. And a leadoff double on the first pitch by Mauricio Dubon. Attaway. By the way, the 1-2-3 inning in the bottom half of the 5th, or bottom half of the 4th, I should say, makes this a clean inning car wash celebration day at Tidal Wave Auto Spa. Stop by any Tidal Wave location tomorrow and get half off their Best Wash membership for the first month. Visit TidalWaveAutoSpa.com/Braves for more info. Yaz steps in and takes ball 1. Struck out his first time.
And pitch to Dubon, one of the few mistakes made by Cole today. First pitch, hanging slider. He's lucky that stayed in the ballpark.
Next pitch lifted to left field. Back goes Ramos, still going. It's over his head and will go to the wall. That's going to get Dubon in. Heading to second with a stand-up double. Back-to-back doubles by Dubon and Yastrzemski. Boy, that fooled Elliot Ramos badly. He got a bad break on that. And the Braves tie the game with an RBI from Yastrzemski. 1-1 our score.
Tell you what, Joe, coming off the bat, you could immediately see the urgency in Ramos. He knew he was in trouble. And try as he made a sprint straight back, he just couldn't get there.
Well, there we go. I said small ball. That's not small ball. Here's Austin Riley. He lines one to right field. Base hit. Jones is on it with one hop. Yastrzemski had to wait to make sure that it got through the infield. And he'll make it to third, but the Braves have him on the corners with 3 straight hits here to start the top of the 5th inning. Riley's now hit in 7 of his last 8 and went to right field with it.
With 3 hits and 4 pitches.
I was just going to ask you if it was 3 or 4 pitches.
It was the first pitch to Riley. It was the second pitch to Yastrzemski and the first pitch to Dubon.
The whole Yankee infield has gathered at the mound to kind of restart Garrett Cole. And that'll bring up Jim Jarvis. Runners at the corners and nobody out. Give Yastrzemski his 33rd RBI on the year. They tied the game. The stretch and the pitch to Jarvis. Breaking ball, strike. They give Jarvis a lot of room on the left side. Rosario, the third baseman, is playing right at the bag, holding Yastrzemski close. The pitch. Strike 2 call on the outer third. Yastrzemski at third, Riley at first. Braves have tied it and threatening for more. The pitch. Swung on, line to right field. That'll put the Braves on top. Headed to second base, and he had to hurry. Was Riley, as that one was a one-hopper out to Jones, and he got it in quickly, but give Jarvis his 11th RBI of the year on a BB hit out to right field. 2-1 Atlanta.
And it hasn't mattered the pitch selection for Cole. That was a changeup. Ball that Austin Riley hit was a first pitch fastball. The one that Dubon hit with a slider. So they've tagged everything in the catalog basically.
And Drake Baldwin, the batter, he singled his last time up. First and second, now nobody out. Takes a strike. Telling you, Jim Jarvis does something to help you win just about every time he's in the lineup. The 0-1. Drake takes a strike on the inside corner. You know what? He'd really like to challenge that, but the Braves have already lost one challenge when Yastrzemski challenged a third strike. So they're down to their last one. The 0-2. Fouled off, out of play, fought off a good pitch.
You know, when you have one challenge left and it's the 5th inning and you're the catcher, you know, I'd rather have that for when I'm behind the plate, maybe in 3 or 4 innings, than right now as a batter.
You know it. Good speed on the bases. Riley at second, Jarvis at first. 2 runs across, nobody out. 6 hits for Atlanta. 4 straight this inning. The stretch and the pitch. High. Laid off a high heater at 98. 1-2 the count. Drake was 2 for 4 last night. His average up to 275. And the next offering from Cole, here it is. Swung on and missed. Struck him out. Strikeout number 6 for Cole. First out of the inning.
Well, he got away with one right there. That was that slider. It didn't do much at all, but Drake going after it went right by it.
Here's Acuna. Hopefully if he puts it in play, he'll run it out. Popped up right in front of the plate his last time up and just turned around and walked to the dugout. It was a bad look. 2 on, 1 out. The pitch. Down low, ball 1. Matt Olson on deck. Cole delivers and a line drive to right field, but Jones is there for this one and makes the catch. 2 out. That ball was hit hard. Tell you, with this right field porch so shallow, the right fielder can almost play a deep second base, can he?
Yeah, absolutely. There's not a whole lot of room out there.
No. I mean, that's probably a base hit at Truist Park because the right fielder would be playing deeper.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So here's Olson. Boy, could he use a hit. Not because he's really in an over spell, but because he's in an over spell against Garrett Cole. 0 for 2 today, 0 for 23 in his career. The pitch. Breaking ball, called strike. The inning started with 4 straight hard hit ball base hits by the Braves. 2 doubles, 2 singles. They've taken a 2-1 lead. The 0-1 to Matt. Swung on foul tip. 0-2. I mean, those 2 runs came across, Ben, so quick it's hard to believe.
It's like they picked up something on Cole. I mean, the way that it happened so quickly in a matter of just a handful of pitches, completely unlike what we'd seen in the first 4 innings of the game.
A stretch in the 0-2 to Olson. On the way. Got him looking. Matt takes his helmet off in disgust, drops the bat. Still amazed that he keeps struggling against Cole, but be that as it may, 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Braves on top, 2-1.
The captain, Derek Sanderson Jeter, is one of the winningest players in Major League history. He was wearing these very batting gloves when he notched one of those most memorable hits, the 3,000th of his career.
Are we supposed to spit in them
Not a
like
problem.
they do the batting glove?
No spitting. This is a non-spitting museum.
He's just the 2nd player in history whose 3,000th hit was a home run. The first was a former teammate from the Yankees' 1996 World Series championship team. But before he began his Cooperstown-bound career, Bonds would cross paths with another future Hall of Famer. September 6, 1995, the Iron Man played his 2,131st consecutive game, surpassing the unbreakable record of the Iron Horse.
Now that's how you pass the torch. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Here's Rosario. High fly ball, deep left center. PCA back, looking up, see ya! A long home run for Rosario. Yankees first hit, and they lead 1-0.
Oh, it's a nice loud noise. And it gets to those bleachers in a hurry. Any wind is blowing a little bit out to left center, so it's going to help that ball.
So Rosario had been slumping 4 for his last 28 before that home run.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Braves up now 2-1. Chris Sale has struck out 6 of the last 8 he has faced. And he'll face George Lombard Jr. to start the bottom of the 5th inning. Struck him out the first time up. Takes a strike. That strikeout to end the inning in the top half by Garrett Cole against Matt Olson was the 1,000th strikeout for Cole as a Yankee. Wind in the pitch, a little low, 1-1. He's the fastest Yankee to reach 1,000 strikeouts in their history, breaking the record previously held by Roger Clemens. Pretty good company.
Very good.
The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Took a little off. 1-2. Sale gets his sign. He delivers. Breaking ball. fouled back to the screen. Lombard barely got a piece of that one. Fans, you ever wonder what a home run tastes like? Well, it's a little peppery, a little tangy, and a lot like the original Louisiana hot sauce. The official hot sauce of the Atlanta Braves. That's Louisiana Hot. Buy you some. Sale ahead, a ball and 2 strikes. The pitch bounced foul again over to the Braves dugout and into the dugout. Braves on the third base side, Yankees on the first. Huge crowd, Old Timers Day at Yankee Stadium. Another 1-2. Took one a little bit high, laid off the high cheese. And the count goes even 2-2. Lombard 1 for 4 last night, had a key infield hit in the 9th inning. Call strike 3, got him with a slider. Lombard wants to check it. So there will be a challenge. And he was right. It was a ball. Pretty gutsy by the kid, huh?
Yeah, I think he's gotten under Chris's skin maybe a little bit today.
Yeah.
All those pitches against him back in the 2nd inning. Now he gets this one overturned.
Right. So it's 3-2 in the pitch. Got him looking this time. Fastball down the middle.
He's challenging this.
Yeah. That one looked like it was at the knees and right down the middle. No, it's low. He's right again. That endears him to Yankee fans even more. He draws a walk after being behind 0-2.
First walk allowed by Sale today, and to have 2 ABS challenges overturned for the rookie against the veteran Sale. You don't see that very often.
No, sir. Here's Spencer Jones. Throw to first. Lombard is back. Jones singled, drove in their run back in the 2nd inning, stole a base, was left stranded after that. Big left-handed hitter. Sale to the plate. Swing and a miss. Big wave with that right hand of Jones. Just flailed at it. 0-1. A 6'7" who bats kind of in a crouch and then puts his tiptoe right foot out in front before the pitch is delivered. Lays off a pitch outside. Jones has been up and down a lot with the Yankees this year. I think this is his 4th trip to the big leagues. Came in hitting .205. The 1-1. Foul at the plate and back to the screen. 1-2. You know, looking at those flags, Ben, you talked about them kind of starts out toward left center. That may have helped Yastrzemski's ball that he hit over Ramos's head.
Yeah, could have.
Good lead for Lombard at first, and the pitch. Slider fouled away down the left field line.
And especially to that portion of the stadium, because in left field and right field, the big grandstands come to an end just past the foul poles, and there are openings to right center and left center where a gust of wind could shoot right through there and carry a ball with it.
1-2. Inside, almost kneecapped him. Or did it? Yeah. What was taking Dan Merzel so long to call it? He had his hand in the air, but he was kind of watching Jones to see if he made a move toward first. And then when Jones decided to, he then said, yeah, it hit him. And now the Braves are going to challenge this.
I didn't see that hit him.
I don't either.
That the batter was hit by the pitch. Atlanta has challenged.
First replay we saw didn't give us any indication. I mean, if it hit him, it may have caught part of his pant leg. No, I don't see it.
I don't either. You know, with those pinstripes on the pants, you'd see a ripple even easier, I think.
Yeah.
I never saw any movement on the pants.
So the umpire's on duty in the office in Midtown. We're waiting. Chris Sale is waiting. No. I don't see any contact whatsoever. Not even a brush. But again, Merzell wasn't even sure.
No.
He threw his one hand in the air, his left hand, like almost like timeout. And then he waited to see what Jones was going to do. And now Jones is walking back to home plate because he knows. The crew chief, Dan Bellino, waiting for confirmation.
It shouldn't take this long.
No.
I mean, you even have Jones putting his batting gloves on. Bad Boy's holding his bat, waiting on him to finish putting the glove.
After review, the ruling on the field is overturned. The batter was not hit by the pitch. He will return to bat with a 2-2 count, and Atlanta will retain its challenge.
Overturned. He was not hit by the pitch. The runner at first returns back to first base. And Jones reluctantly grabs his bat and gets back in there. It'll be a 3-2 count. That was a weird one. And a good challenge by the Braves. Runner first not going. 3-2 count. Pitch is outside. And I thought that was ball 4, but now it is 3-2. Beg your pardon. Scoreboard had it wrong.
Yeah, they had 3-2 up there.
Lombard leads from first. Not going. The pitch swung on, fouled back. Good rip by Jones at that one. Jones 0 for 4 with a walk last night. The stretch and another payoff pitch on the way. Breaking ball ripped into right center field. That's going to get down for a hit. It'll go all the way to the wall. Lombard's around third. He's going to score. Jones is on his way to third. The throw there knocked down by Riley, and it's a good thing Sale was not there to back up the play. But Jones slides in with a triple, which is a whole lot better than a walk or a hit batsman. And we're tied at 2. Hanging breaking ball.
Well, he's now 2 for 2 versus Sale. And collected 2 RBIs. Just didn't expect it from a left-handed batter versus Sale.
It looked like Michael had a little bobble after he got it off the wall that prevented him from getting it into the infield quickly. So now the infield comes in. And Caballero the batter. And the pitch. Breaking ball. Low and outside, ball 1. 2 runs, 6 hits for the Braves. 2 runs, 4 hits for the Yankees. Caballero struck out his first time. And the pitch. Outside. Ball 2. Remember, a couple of pitches down and into his back foot had him checking his swing, but going around his first time up. These 2 breaking balls have been away from him. 2-0 pitch. Swung on, lifted foul, and out of play. Sun's trying to break through, but if it does, it won't be for long. A 2-2 tie. Bottom of the 5th. Runner at third. And the pitch. Check swing. Grounder. Foul. First base side. 2-2. Everybody in. Nobody out. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him with a breaking ball. Down and in on that back foot breaking ball. Strikeout number 7 for Chris. And with 1 out, that'll bring the 9-hole hitter up, Austin Wells, who fanned his first time. Wells 1 for 4 with a double last night, a big double late in the game. And Chris Sale's been called for a balk by the home plate umpire. Sale's coming into the home plate area to ask what he did. Walt Weiss coming out, trying to separate Sale from Dan Murzel. Chris Sale, always, when he comes set, he moves his feet. But he does come set. And now Dan Bellino is getting Sale out of the confrontation, and Walt Weiss is very adamantly arguing this. But the balk forces a run in and gives the Yankees a 3-2 lead. And now Walt's been thrown out of the game. Walt takes his hat off, and he is really giving it to Murzel. And Chris Sale is yelling vehemently at Dan Bellino halfway between the mound and home plate, and Walt runs out there to separate Chris from Bellino. We've not seen a replay. That was a delayed, just saw a replay. That was a delayed call by Murzel, who's had a bad inning. He missed the call on the hit batsman, and he was delayed on the balk call. The entire infield in there gathered around to try to figure out what the explanation is for this balk.
And Chris, fortunately, walking away, as you mentioned, Walt has been ejected. You can't afford to lose Chris.
No.
He said all he needs to say, and I applaud him for saying it in the manner that in which he did, because it would have been very easy to completely blow a gasket over that, and he was trying to argue his side in a calm manner, but you can't lose him, and he's done a nice job walking away. What I saw with him coming set, he took a deep breath, inhale, exhale, and the right hip, it's like he was starting to come closed and then deliver, and there was a pause there. And I think that's what Murzel saw. We're watching a replay right now. If you watch the right hip, he had Murzel pointing out to him. Now, it's so interesting because it's like he was about to deal, and he paused when Murzel made a motion and came up from behind the plate, and then the balk was called.
That's correct. So it's 3-2. The sun is out. And here's the first pitch to Wells. And it's a strike call. Winding the pitch outside, 1-1. Just a really weird sequence there for Murzel, the home plate umpire, regarding the hit batsman and then the balk. Very odd. Sale to the plate. Line drive left field. Might get down for a hit. It will. Into the corner. Dubon up with it. Comes in to second base, but not before Wells has a double.
Going back to the balk, I think Chris thought Murzel was about to call time, because what he'll do, he'll have that slight step with his right foot where he plants it, and that's the beginning of his delivery. That's the timing mechanism to start the delivery and then bring it. And he was doing that when Murzel made a motion. I think he thought he was calling timeout and stopped everything, and then the balk was called.
Yes. There's Paul Goldschmidt, the leadoff hitter, back up there He takes ball one. He's 1 for 2. Singled his first time up, line to right in the third. Runner at second. 1 out. Breaking ball, strike. And the delivery, swung on, pulled foul on the ground and back to the backstop. 1-2. Chris, when he comes set in the stretch, he kind of rocks, and that right foot kind of comes up off the ground a couple of times before he settles.
And he repeats every time.
But he does it every time. Goldschmidt called time, stepped out. Now he's back in there. And the pitch. In the dirt. Dug out by Baldwin in the count, 2-2. Sun is out. There's a shadow cutting across home plate. Flags fluttering in fair territory down the third base line. The shadows, that is, the pitch. High and away. Full count. Wells leads from second base, and the pitch missed outside. It's obvious Chris Sale is certainly shaken up by all this.
Yeah, and I can't blame him for it. You have a call like that. Look, the inning started with a leadoff walk, then the RBI triple. And it's all that against the bottom of the order as well. So that's frustrating in itself. But then to have the balk called, here comes Jeremy Hefner to try to slow it all down for Chris. I would imagine it'll be very difficult to line back up and focus on getting that next batter. It's got to be really tough to put that behind you.
Braves bullpen will get busy. Victor Medeiros begins to loosen up. Tony Mansolino will be handling the ball club in Walt's absence after he was ejected. Jonathan tells me that's the first time as the Braves manager he's been thrown out. Two on, 1 out. Ramos the batter. And the pitch. A little bit inside, ball 1. Stretch in the pitch. Inside again, ball 2. And Chris Sale is all out of sorts here. Ramos has bounced into a fielder's shoulder last night. 2. Jarvis. Over to Olsen. Again. Back. On. Go to the 6th inning.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, is, you know, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
The long half inning. The Yankees are at the plate. Garrett Cole out there still waiting on his catcher to come out, who was on base when the inning ended. So he's getting a few extra throws in.
Yeah, both teams scoring 2 runs there in that 5th inning. And with the Braves attacking the way they did in the 5th inning with 4 straight hits versus Cole, hopefully a little bit of rust after that lengthy bottom of the 5th inning.
Yeah, it'd be nice. This is also the Braves Georgia Lottery home run jackpot inning. Joey Smith from Duluth, Georgia will win $1,150 if anybody hits a home run here. Michael Harris II will lead it off. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded out and he is flied out. And the first pitch swung on, hit up the middle, and backhanded by Caballero. He throws all in one motion and throws him out. Nice play. Harris went after the first pitch, as a lot of the Braves did last inning. Ozzie Albies has a bloop double to left, and he's grounded out. Batting left-handed. And the pitch to him is a fastball outside, ball 1. 97 on that fastball from Garrett Cole. 3 runs, 5 hits for the Yankees. 2 runs, 6 hits for the Braves. A pitch foul back, good cut by Ozzie. Ozzie's double back in the 2nd inning snapped an 0 for 10 for him. Now Cole wants a new baseball. He winds and fires. Breaking ball. Strike call. It's a knuckle curve, and it's a beauty. Seven strikeouts for Garrett Cole. That one was high. 2-2. Ozzie hitting .260. 19 homers. Wine in the pitch. Swung on, hit hard to center field, but right at Trent Grisham. Fighting the sun a little bit, but he makes the catch as it was hit right at him. 2 down.
Yeah, that sun right back behind us, back of the plate, because those shadows are cutting directly across the back of the plate. I mean, right at the back point of the plate is where those shadows are and pressing out towards the mound.
From one dugout to the other. Here's Mauricio Dubon. He doubled to get the inning started last inning and ducks away from a curveball. 1-0. He and Yastrzemski hit back-to-back doubles to get the Braves on the board. Now the 1-0 pitch from Cole. Swung on, hit hard, and speared at third base on a leaping grab by Rosario. He went up the ladder and robbed Dubon of another extra base hit. Great defense that inning by the Yankee infielders. Braves go in order, and we go to the bottom of the 6th, still 3-2, New York.
Hey Braves Country, it's Tom Glavine, and when my ride needs a wash, I trust the official car wash of the Atlanta Braves, Tidal Wave Auto Spa. With hundreds of convenient locations, all-star customer service, and cutting-edge equipment that gets my ride sparkling clean in just 3 minutes. Tidal Wave is a game changer. Visit TidalWaveAutoSpa.com to find a location near you.
My car is happy. I am happy. Tidal Wave Auto Spa.
Attention Braves.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
Do you see yourself maybe one day after baseball, like maybe food critic, food writer?
I would love to do that. That's the plan. I've been doing it ever since I was in the big leagues. It's just fun. It's fun to interact with people, like the fans, because a lot of my followers are baseball fans. So it's nice to interact with them on a topic that's not baseball. A lot of people seem to rally around that. I mean, who doesn't love good food?
South side of Chicago, where are you at? This was the first time I got traded, but I was so excited to wear these.
Ben Rice leads off for the Yankees. Bottom of the sixth, they lead 3-2. And Chris Sale misses low with a fastball to start the inning, 1-0. Rice is hit into a double play and struck out. 1 for 7 in the series with 4 strikeouts. Good pitch, but called a ball. 2-0. Rice now 3 for his last 36, including that key hit last night, a single off the padding in right field. 2-0. Hard hit, one hopper right to Ozzie at second. He waits for Olsen to get the first, one out. Fans, Napa is a proud partner of your Atlanta Braves with America's largest network of parts and care. Napa has all the bases covered when it comes to your ride. A balk call, the difference in the game right now, that forced in a run that gave the Yankees the lead back last inning. Ahmed Rosario, who made that leaping catch to rob Dubon of a hit, stands in and takes inside, ball 1.
Yeah, definitely a big call in this game. And going back to something that Walt mentioned before the game with you and your visit with him, he says, seems like we play the same game every single night. Here they are in a tight game, getting later into this one.
Right. Another one-run affair at the moment. Ground ball foul to the Braves dugout. 1-1. Down and in. 2-1. He has grounded out to the first. 0 for 2. Sale delivers. Ground ball up the middle to his left. Jarvis, he gloves, throws all in one motion, and got him. Good play. 2 down. Trent Grisham, the batter, he doubled and scored on a single by Spencer Jones in the second.
100 here, that'd be great. Get him through 6.
Bottom third of the order due up for the Braves in the 7th. Lefty the pitch, breaking ball, strike call. Chris fires, swing and a miss. Buried a good sinker down and in, and he had Grisham going right over the top of it. 0-2. George Lombard Jr. would be next. 2 out. Riley giving Grisham the third base line. They're playing him up the middle. The pitch swung on and missed. Doesn't matter. That was strikeout number 8 for Sale. We've played 6, and the Yankees still on top 3-2.
I remember the hard road that led to this moment.
And the MLB Comeback Player of the Year is...
The Arizona Diamondbacks are striking back after a slow start, and it's largely thanks to one of baseball's fastest men.
Corbin's on the run. He's going the distance. He's going for speed.
Corbin Carroll has been playing like an MVP since his debut in 2022, but in his 4th full season, he's taken his game to a whole new level.
This guy's unbelievable. He's unforgettable.
On Sunday, Carroll put together one of the best games of his career, going 4 for 4 with 2 triples and a 9-1 D-backs win. That put Carroll at 8 triples for the season, twice as many as any other player, and 51 for his career.
He's the reason why you come to the ballpark.
Watch him hit and watch him run.
He became the 2nd fastest player of all time to reach 80 homers and 50 triples. Only Hall of Famer Lou Gehrig did it faster. Carroll's on pace to lead the majors in triples for the 3rd straight season, and he's only 1 triple away from tying the Diamondbacks club record of 52.
It is a 1933 Gaudy Babe Ruth card. It is 8.5 PSA. It's graded higher than the one in the Smithsonian.
This card at one point came with a pack or a stick of chewing gum.
This card actually is almost a century old. It was bought for a penny.
So the fact that just the heritage of a card like this is now coming up almost 90 years later into an auction, it's a pretty special moment.
At third base for the Braves, it'll be Yastrzemski, Riley, and Jarvis due up against Garrett Cole, who's still out there for New York. 3-2 Yanks. And back once again, here's Ben.
Thank you, Joe. Mike Yastrzemski was on with a double and a run scored the last time he was out there. Now climbing in versus Garrett Cole. Cole at 74 pitches. Here comes number 75. And the ball is outside to get it going, so 1 ball and no strikes. Lots of handshakes down there in the dugout for Chris Sale. Had a 1-2-3 6th inning, and like Joe mentioned, finishes his day with 8 strikeouts. 1-0 pitch. Yaz going to loop one into left field, coming in and making a chest-high catch, Elliot Ramos. 1 away in the 7th inning. Not that you'd expect any less, but I want to toss a bouquet or two to Chris Sale. I go back to that 5th inning, and after the balk, which he clearly did not agree with, it would have been very easy at that point of the game to let your temper completely spill over and have the 5th inning completely come unravel. And with it, the game, perhaps. There's a strike on the outside corner, because right after that, you had the top of the order coming up, and it would have been very easy to lose focus, not get past that play, and have things go from bad to worse. 0-1 pitch to Riley. There's a called strike on the outside corner, 1-1. But that's the mental grind of being a professional in the the numbers and physical attributes. It's the mind power and the mind strength as well. And it took a lot of it, I'm sure, for Chris to get realigned and flush that behind him. 0-2 to Riley. Check swing. They appeal. Strike 3. And 2 down suddenly at the top of the 7th inning. But I say all that to say, after all that, he gets through the 5th inning, not any more damage, and then a 1-2-3 6th. And I don't think that is near as easy as he just made it look.
He sure did make it look easy. Kind of gathered himself, got himself back together, and had that quick inning.
2 down for Jim Jarvis. Jarvis takes a called strike. 3-2 Yankees, top of the 7th. In between innings, it'll be the 7th inning stretch. That's brought to you by the Warrior Alliance. The Warrior Alliance is stepping up to the plate to help warriors navigate to success after military service. Visit thewarrioralliance.org to learn more. 0-1 pitch. Jarvis sends it foul, and he's down 0-2. No finals around Major League Baseball. In fact, there are only 2 other games that have even started today. We are in the 7th. Jarvis trying to get on base for the 2nd time today and see what the top of the order can do with 2 down. Jim Jarvis waves the bat over the plate. Now steadies it. Cole's offering a called strike on the inside corner. 97 on the black under the hands of the left-handed batter. And Cole with a 1-2-3 7th. Time to stretch here in the Bronx. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. 3-2 Yankees.
If you're ready for a better checking account, my friends at Georgia's Own Credit Union can help. Open a Perks Plus checking account from Georgia's Own, and you'll get access to
all your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
In this game, you've got to keep your eye on the ball, but it's harder than it looks.
A Little League error there gives Jackson an extra 90 feet.
The action has defied all prediction.
And, he tried to put it back in the glove. Oh, that's a great move.
What just happened? You can never be sure of anything in this strange game of baseball.
He hit the pole that hole, the netting.
And speaking of strange things,
Geraldo Perdomo darts out of the dugout, cuts off Mr. Red and Rosie Red. Curveball got away. Wow.
But that pitcher takes his eye off the ball.
From flubs to flair, let's check out some fine fielding affairs.
He did it again! Junior dives like Superman. Oh! Robbed by Marcy in center!
Going, man, you're gone.
Gone to the warning track, makes the over-the-shoulder grab.
Nunez from the shortstop side of the bag. Pops up and throws out Bobby Witt.
Send it to left center, Jake Myers! What a catch!
How about that?
We go to the bottom half of the seventh.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
.25 years old, 6'2", 222. He's got 2 wins on the year. He's done a good job since he was called up.
Trying to keep them right there. 3-2 lead for the Yankees. Like we mentioned, this is the furthest game along across Major League Baseball today. The Marlins are in the bottom of the 3rd inning at home against the Angels. That game's scoreless. Red Sox are leading again. They're in the top of the 4th inning at Fenway, leading the A's 2-0. Phillies play tonight against the Blue Jays. That'll be Aaron Nola versus Max Scherzer. And that'll be a 6:05 Eastern first pitch. That's our out-of-town scoreboard, delivered to you by Saya. Saya, the official freight carrier of the Atlanta Braves. Yankees scored 1 run in the bottom of the 2nd of this one. An RBI single by Spencer Jones made it 1-0. And the Braves countered with 2 runs in the 5th inning, sending 7 men to the plate. RBIs from Mike Yastrzemski and Jim Jarvis to give the Braves a 2-1 lead. But the lead didn't last long. In the bottom of the 5th inning, Yankees scored twice, once on an RBI triple by Spencer Jones, and the other to drive in Jones from 3rd base on a balk. That's where we stand. Maderos will face Lombard, Jones, and Caballero here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Folks, the average baseball game has 9 innings. That means 9 chances to put the original Louisiana hot sauce on your favorite ballpark eats. They're all tastier with the official hot sauce of the Atlanta Braves. That's Louisiana Hot. Buy you some. First pitch is a ball up and in to George Lombard. Right-hander Maderos looking into his catcher Drake Baldwin. Right on right matchup. Lombard shows bunt, puts one down the 3rd base line and foul. 3rd base coach Luis Rojas will pick that up off the grass. Last night, the Braves used Fuentes, Lee, Iglesias, Dodd, and Kenley out of the bullpen in a game that went 10 innings. 1-1 off the mid of Baldwin to the backstop. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, we knew the bullpen would be a little short today, but Sale gave them 6 innings. It's a 1-run ball game. Be nice if Maderos could finish this up.
Definitely.
Pick up another win.
2-1 pitch. Strike on the outside corner. 97-mile-an-hour sinker. Good late life on that one. In the 8th, the Braves will have the top of the order due up. So imperative that Maderos have a drama-free bottom of the 7th. Braves trailing by a run. And the 2-2 pitch. In the air towards right field. Yastrzemski going to go back to the track. He's at the wall. That's out of here. The 21-year-old rookie with his second home run since coming up this week. That extends the Yankee lead to 4-2 here in the 7th. Maderos with a fastball outer third. He wanted that a little bit further away from Lombard. And Lombard, the right-handed batter, takes one over the right field wall.
So yet another right-handed hitter for the Yankees who can go the other way. 20 feet.
First home run given up in 61 innings. They've done a great part. Spencer Jones takes a ball outside. In fact, the last time the Braves gave up a home run was in the 9th inning of the game Friday night against the Nationals on July 31st. 2-0 pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Two and one on Spencer Jones. He'll loop one down the left field line, foul and into the seats. Been a big day for Jones. RBI single in the 2nd, RBI triple, and a run scored in the 5th.
First home run allowed by Maderos in 16 innings, too.
Two. Low and in. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 5th inning was such a weird inning. I mean, you go back to when Jones thought he was hit by a pitch, and so did Dan Merzel. Sent him to first base. 3-2 and a flare into center. Drifting back and making the catch, Jim Jarvis in shallow center field. And 1 down. And then he gets called back after that was overturned. Then he triples, and then the peculiar balk. It's very bizarre how it all laid out there in the 5th inning.
Real strange. And they kind of did it like the Braves did it in the top half of the inning. They did it real quickly early in the count.
Pitch timer violation on Caballero. He wasn't in there, and an 0-1 count on him.
And again, he's a guy that really got sideways with the umpires over his delays of getting into the batter's box, and it cost him there.
No balls and a strike on Caballero. 4-2 Yankees, bottom of the 7th inning.
He claimed they were picking on him.
There's the 0-1 pitch. Ball outside. Yeah, I'm sure the umpires woke up that day and said, you know what?
Yeah.
I want to stick it to that Caballero.
This is the guy we're getting today.
1 ball and 1 strike. Big swing and a miss. Good looking cutter away. 1-2 on Jose Caballero. 29 years old from Panama. Jose Caballero. Maderos fires the 1-2. Check swing. They appeal. They did not go. They get a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Caballero. He will be followed by Austin Wells. 1 down, base is empty. Maderos spins it. Low and outside, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Entering the action today, the Yankees with a record of 65-51. 4.5 games back of the Rays and just a half game ahead of the Red Sox. 3-2 pitch. Low and outside, ball 4.
Oh. Caballero looked back at Merzel, glared at him, and threw his bat away.
He's still frustrated over that now, and Merzel takes his mask off, and he's hollering at the Yankee dugout.
Well, he's telling Aaron Boone to get back in the dugout, who had come out to make sure nothing happened.
Caballero was unstrapping the shin guard and his batting gloves and forcefully firing them down in frustration. And now we have another pitch timer violation. Here comes Aaron Boone. I think he's charging a strike to the batter because of how long it took Caballero to get down to first base.
That's exactly right.
And now Boone is out there in the face of Dan Merzel. He better be careful. He might get a run as well. Put his finger right in the face of Merzel, but no ejection, and he walks back to the first base dugout. Well, the thing is, it's your batter who has to pay the penalty for that. That's a selfish move, because now he's got an 0-1 count because of the lack of hustle from Caballero.
And the pouting that Caballero had.
So now 0-1 on Austin Wells. 0-1 from Medeiros, and a high towering fly ball way up in the air down the right field line towards the foul pole, and a foul ball. That was in the air forever. Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the Braves Radio Network. Four-two Yankees, bottom of the seventh. 0-2 pitch. Missed the outside corner, 1-2. That's quite the hissy fit that Caballero had and continues to have. One-two. High and away, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Braves have turned 2 double plays in this game. One by Rice in the first inning, the other by Ramos in the 5th inning. A great time for one right here. Pitch on the way to Wells, grounded foul down the first base line. Dan Fiorito, their first base coach, grabs it. Wells busted his bat. He's got to get a brand new weapon. Still a steady breeze out to left field. Sun kind of coming out from behind the cloud and casting a light shadow onto the field that's running in between the batter's circle and the mound. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Austin Wells, who's 1 for 2 with a double. And Medeiros is 2-2, fouled off. Just did touch the changeup.
I'm going to have to make a note on my scorebook for Dan Merzel and how touchy he is today.
Check swing, and it hit him on the hand. They appeal. He didn't go, and that's a hit by pitch. Well, the bottom of the order getting on base. I've got the knuckles on the left hand of Wells on the check swing. Inning has gone homer, pop out, walk, and a hit by pitch from batters 6, 7, 8, and 9 here in the 7th inning.
And now you're going to have the top of the order to deal with, and Jeremy Hefner is coming out to talk to Medeiros. He's already thrown 22 pitches.
I don't see anyone throwing in the Braves pen, but I see some stretching. It looks like somebody's on the mound moving around. Looks like Danny Young.
That is who it is.
Meanwhile, Medeiros covering his mouth with his glove. Jeremy Hefner covering his mouth with his hand and having their conversation. And Hef's going to walk back to the third base dugout. 4-2 Yankees, bottom of the 7th inning. Back to the top of the order to Paul Goldschmidt, who is 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. And he faces Medeiros with runners at first and second. Victor Medeiros kicks and fires. Goldschmidt sends it foul. And that hits the club level along the first base line. these Yankee fans have a close eye on the scoreboard, watching what happens with the Red Sox and Rays, just like we are watching what happens every day with the Phillies. 0-1 pitch. Gonna miss outside. Rays are in Seattle. They don't play for another 4.5 hours.
No. Hey, that shadow right now should play into Medeiros' favor. He's standing in the sunlight, but everything else is a shadow as the ball travels to the plate.
1-1 pitch. Out off into the third deck of the first baseline. It's got to be really tricky on batters, that shadow right now. Bless you.
Sorry, a little late on the cough switch.
1-2 pitch. Swung on, missed. I don't think he saw that well. Cutter struck him out. 2 down here in the 7th inning. Sometimes that cough button just moves around on you, doesn't it?
I'm pressing the heck out of the volume.
2 down for Elliot Ramos. Wells at first, Caballero at second. Now time called by Elliot Ramos. A homer here in the 7th by George Lombard has extended the lead for the Yankees. First pitch, fastball, the called strike. Medeiros at the belt, glanced to second. 0-1 pitch, got that by him. Went away with a sinker. Yeah, those shadows across the diamond, like Joe mentioned, the batter's circle completely covered in the shadow, the mound in brilliant sunlight. Runners dancing at first and second. They take off. 0-2 is high. Throw down to third base. And in with a head first slide is Caballero. So a double steal. Caballero to third. Wells down to second.
Caballero's 28.
But a 1-2 count on Elliot Ramos, who is 0 for 3 in the game. See if Medeiros can solve him here and get through this jam without any more damage. He delivers the 1-2 pitch, and that time he gets a swing and miss at a cutter for strike 3. Nice job by Medeiros striking out Goldschmidt and Ramos, but a home run by Lombard. We go to the top of the 8th inning, 4-2 Yankees.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
First pitch swing by Abreu. He absolutely torments this baseball. 4-3 Boston. The Red Sox keep going back to back on the West Coast.
Lou, you saw in game 1 when they fell behind and you're thinking, you know what, this is going to test their mettle. Well, this whole series, they've responded.
This whole month, like it's been like this.
Mitch Meyer at the wall, leaping off his glove, and look at Ross Globe preventing a 3-run home run. That is one of the oddest plays. Giles, a long run towards the corner, crashes through the door.
For a moment, I thought he wanted to leave early.
A strange-looking defensive play by Pat Burrell. It looked like the invisible man came from behind and tackled him. Wanted out in front of the plate. He's falling forward, and that's a Zach Bundes flare. Yeah.
The Yankees. Garrett Cole is out after working 7 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs. Both are no walks, 9 strikeouts. And Brent Hendrick, who we saw last night, worked 2/3 of an inning, gave up a couple of hits. Also had a couple of strikeouts. Will come on in the 8th inning. He's a mid-90s guy with a split and a slider.
Got to get after him. Here's Drake Baldwin, top of the order. First pitch on the way to Baldwin, sent foul right back into the screen. And a good swing of that first pitch. Hedrick faced Baldwin last night. Baldwin singled against him. Hedrick faced his 4 batters last night. Ground ball to the right side. Smothered at second base by Caballero. Throws over to first base. And 1 down in the 8th inning. Pretty impressive line out of Garrett Cole. In fact, both of these pitchers, Sale and Cole, 2 legends who were both very good today. A lot of swing and miss as we anticipated. 1 out for Ronald Acuna. Ronald takes a called strike. Boy, we'd love to have him get on base for Matt Olson. Matt's going to be thrilled to see anybody else on the mound rather than Cole.
That's true.
0-1 to Acuna. Strike, touched the outside corner with a slider. Ever since that 2-run 5th inning, the Braves have not produced a base runner. 10 in a row sat down by Yankee pitchers. 0-2 is high, laid off a fastball. Ball and 2 strikes on Ronald. Ronald the DH today. Deep breath by Hedrick. Comes set right of the belly. 1-2 is outside. I love how Walt has picked his spots with DHing Acuna on a semi-consistent basis. That certainly helps him out, I'm sure. But you have a roster where you can really switch around some pieces and move guys around. 2-2 pitch. Acuna fouls it off. Probably makes the manager feel like he's got an answer for whatever the other team is throwing at them.
Exactly right. And some versatile guys who, as you said, can play different positions, starting with Dubon, of course, but Yastrzemski can play any of the 3 outfield spots too. That'll come in handy with the absence of Eli White.
2-2 fouled off. Fought off the fastball. So still 2-2 on Ronald Acuna. Coming to you from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx on a Saturday afternoon. Braves scored both of their runs in the 5th inning. Yankees 1 in the 2nd, 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 7th. And the Yankees lead it 4-2. 2-2 fouled off again. Ronald putting up a fight. Ronald steadies his bat, staring down this big, tall lefty Hedrick. 2-2 chopped off the plate, foul again.
Throwing him a lot of splitters, some that are up a little more than Hedrick would like. Those are the ones that Ronald's getting a piece of.
Two pitch. Out off again. Mentioned that it's Old Timers Day here at Yankee Stadium. They had the Old Timers game prior to the game. And I tell you, a really nice nod to Thurman Munson by Austin Wells with his gear today. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Ronald Acuna. Offering on the way is high. And while it's modern gear with the chest protector and the shin guards, it's that same color scheme with the orange and the navy like you'd see back in the 60s and 70s. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here it is to Acuna. He attacks and drives one deep left field to the bleachers. Gone! Right over the top of the wall into the first row. Great battle won by Acuna. Zipped it out of here right over the left field wall. It's a 1-run game. 4-3 Yankees here in the 8th. And for Ronald Acuna, that is his 12th home run. That was a laser to left field.
And he leveled off on it. That was not a sinker. Great extension. And ran that one out.
Matt Olson pulls one foul on the right field line. With that home run by Ronald Acuna, you'll save $100 on sets of Goodyear and Cooper tires Monday only. Plus a free alignment and a free oil change at Tire Discounters. Home run, save Braves fans money all season long. Claim your coupon at tirediscounters.com/Braves. There's a called strike on Matt Olson. Boy, Ronald fouled off some really tough pitches and then drove it over the left field wall. So 4-3 here in the 8th. And Olson skies one way up in the air to deep left center. Calling for it, Grisham. Drifting right at the edge of the track, makes the catch. 2 down the 8th inning. Well, we've been mentioning multiple times today how the wind is pushing to that direction. And you're hoping that that one is going to get caught up into that jet stream and maybe blow to the wall, but only to the warning track.
And Matt was upset with himself. He felt like he just missed it.
The home run by Acuna came off the bat at 109 miles an hour. Traveled 383 feet. Little pause of the action as a fan on the other side of the wall in right field lost his cap. Harris swings and misses. Guy in the front row lost his cap, went over the wall and landed on the field. Spencer Jones went to fetch it. 0-1 on Michael Harris. Harris takes a slider that misses. They're going to challenge this. In real time, I thought it looked like a pretty good pitch, but they don't get the call. Let's see what the Yankees challenge results in. Unmissed high by a pretty good margin as well. And missed by 2.5 inches. 1-1 pitch. Harris strokes it up the middle, base hit. Got a 1-1 slider, sent it right back through the middle, and it's a 2-out single, and that brings Ozzie Albies to the plate.
I give Michael and Ronald a lot of credit for being able to put solid contact on the ball, as hard as it is to see right now with these shadows.
Yeah, that's a great point. Here comes Aaron Boone. The Yankees have had action in their bullpen. That'll be it for Hedrick. And they will make the Pennington grass seed call to the bullpen. If you're looking for an easy upgrade for your lawn this season, go with Pennington grass seed, the official partner of the Atlanta Braves grounds crew.
The hit run is on, and it's going to be an unassisted triple play.
How do you go from a triple play to a two-way star through a bracelet and the Babe? Find out on Hall of Fame Connections.
This story starts way back in the early 20th century.
We have a couple things out here for the first acknowledged unassisted triple play. And Cy Young said, "Neil, where are you going?" He said, 3 outs.
Neil Ball had a fairly short career as a big leaguer, but continued playing in the minors, where he encountered true baseball royalty.
Now we're going to connect to Babe Ruth.
He dominated the game like no one else had before, both across the country and around the world.
I'm holding Babe Ruth's back.
During a 1934 baseball barnstorming tour of Japan, Ruth faced 17-year-old pitcher Eiji Sawamura. Sawamura became a hero in Japan, and the Nippon Professional Baseball League's version of the Cy Young Award bears his name. Maeda won the award in 2010 and again in 2015, when the runner-up was Shohei Ohtani.
First pitch crushing! Oh, man!
Like the 3 outs of a triple play. It all connects.
Catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv and discover your own connections to the game at baseballhall.org.
Puede ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol.
While the pitching change was made, and now he's walking back out. What if he just walked out to second base to see if the umpire noticed?
Be a very clever way to swipe it back.
Yeah, instead of going over to first. Well, it didn't happen. Paul Blackburn is the pitcher. This guy's got everything and the kitchen sink. Fastball, cutter, changeup, curveball, sweeper, slider. Fastball sits 93 to 95, right hand.
First pitch, Ozzie Albies fouled back. Got the tying run at first base. 2 down, so Michael, of course, will be running on contact. Be a great time to find a gap. We'll let Michael take off and see if he can tie the game up. As he's been on base once. Had a double down the left field line of the second inning. Outside of that, a ground out and a fly out to center field. Harris leaning at first. Bluffs at first. Pitches a ball high and outside. 1-1. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Yankees. 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Braves. Ozzie batting from the left side against the righty Blackburn. 1-1 pitch. Ozzie fouls it off. That sinker 94 from Blackburn. Trying to keep the Braves alive in the top of the 8th. Mauricio Dubon on deck. He just shed the weight off his bat in the on-deck circle. Harris takes his lead. Pickoff over to first base, and Michael back in with the dive. Harris is 6 for 7 in stolen bases this season. He widens his lead at first as he's held by Goldschmidt. Meanwhile, a 1-2 count on Albies. 1-2 pitch. And he swings and gets a piece of it to foul it off right there at the knees of Austin Wells.
Boy, he was really fooled, too. He was lucky to just foul tip it.
Blackburn comes set right at the belt. Ozzie open stance in the left-hand batter's box. Michael runs 1-2, spoiled foul. Looked like he had a good jump over there.
He did. He had a big lead, too.
Seeing some patches of blue sky overhead for the first time in a few innings. And a very cloudy day here in the Bronx. Harris another big lead at first base. Not going. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball foul down the right field line. Still a 1-2 count on Ozzie Albies. Battle of the bullpens now. Both of these starters were so good. Sale 6 innings, 8 strikeouts. Cole 7 innings, 9 strikeouts. A 1-run game late. We're in the top of the 8th inning. Blackburn comes set, brings the 1-2 pitch. Off the plate. Ozzie takes a changeup outside. 2-2. Big Saturday afternoon crowd. All those folks out there in the bleachers just soaking in the sun's rays. Harris takes his lead at first base. Pick off again to first base, and Harris back in with a dive. Braves trying to do to the Yankees today what the Yankees did to the Braves last night. Try to break their hearts at the very end of the game. Michael takes off 2-2 and sent down the left field line foul. Just missed being a fair ball. Just kind of threw the barrel at it. 3/4 swing and couldn't quite keep it fair.
With the runner going, if he had kept it fair, that would have been very interesting to see if Harris might have been waved home.
That's the tying run over at first base and Michael Harris. Ozzie Albies. 2-2, ground ball weakly to short. Lombard has it, takes it to the bag, steps on it for the force out. That'll wrap up the top of the 8th. Braves get a little bit closer with a home run by Ronald Acuna. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom.
Well, this is a World Series card. Everybody said, you know, what's it going to be to pitch against Sandy Koufax, who's a dominant pitcher. I said, I hope I don't embarrass myself. And I didn't. You know, pitched my first shutout ever. We won 6-0, and my parents were there. My mom was afraid of heights, so she was in the upper deck. She had to come down and trade seats with somebody so that she could actually watch her 20-year-old son pitch a shutout in the World Series.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
We play in Toronto. Guerrero sends over some good stuff for the guys, so when we play in Toronto, I definitely dive into that.
You gotta be careful with Vladdy, bro, because a Dominican breakfast will put you to sleep, bro. ¿Cómo está sonando la comida dominicana ya?
La comida dominicana ya no sé cómo está sonando, porque obviamente mi esposa me cocina. O sea, hay restaurantes, pero no voy a comer comida latina.
Danny Young on to pitch for the Braves in the bottom half of the 8th inning. He's in his 15th game.
Left on left versus Ben Rice in the bottom of the 8th inning. First pitch on the way from Young. All low and outside. Last time we saw Danny, a real struggle. That was against the Marlins on Thursday. Braves had a big lead, won that game 11-3. But had some trouble there at the end of that game. 1-0 to Rice. And Rice with a high, deep drive to center. Sprinting back Harris, showing us his numbers. To the wall, that's gone. Ben Rice to dead center, put it out there amongst the monuments. His 32nd home run of the year. And the Yankees get that run right back and have a 5-3 lead in the bottom of the 8th. Michael climbed the wall, but that was well out of his reach. The Braves, who did not give up a home run for 61 straight innings, have now surrendered a home run in each of the last 2 innings. Ryan McMahon takes a called strike. No winner in the Yanmar strikeout the side inning. But if Danny Young had struck out the side in order, our contestant Joseph Rogers would have been the winner of a brand new Yanmar ZTR. Enter all season long at braves.com/Yanmar for your chance to win a Yanmar ZTR. Got to be entered for a grand prize tractor drawing at the end of the season. Yanmar, built together, back longer. David Bednar tossing in the Yankee bullpen. He'll have at least a 2-run lead for the 9th. 0-1 to McMahon. There's a called strike. Now, Matt Rosario got the nod at third today. He went 0 for 3, but McMahon came on defensively an inning ago, and this is his first trip to the plate. He was their starter at third base last night, had a big game. Walk, double, single, and the winning sacrifice fly to put the Yankees in the win column. Ball a little bit low, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tap foul. Looking back on what we've seen, the Braves have hit 1 home run in this game, a solo homer by Ronald Acuna in the 8th inning. And unless the Braves surge in the 9th inning, we'll have to make that the Truist play of the game, brought to you by Truist. When you work with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. Truist, leaders in banking, unwavering in care. Truist Bank, member FDIC. Pitch misses high to McMahon, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Final game of this series tomorrow, then right back home for the Braves. That'll be Grant Holmes versus Cam Schlittler tomorrow afternoon. That'll be a 1:35 Eastern first pitch, 12:35 Central. 2-2 sent foul into the Braves dugout. The Yankees trying to keep pace with the Rays. Mentioned they don't play until later. They're all the way up in Seattle, taking on the Mariners tonight. 2-2 pitch, and he struck him out swinging. One down after the sweeper takes care of McMahon. And one down. Meanwhile, the Red Sox are trailing the A's. That's a 3-2 A's lead in the bottom of the 5th inning. And the Yankees enter the action today right in between the Rays and the Red Sox in the standings. First pitch all the way to Trent Grisham is a called strike. Believe it or not, the Yankees haven't had a losing season since 1992. They went 76 and 86 in 1992. They've had 33 winning seasons in a row since then. 0-1 pitch. Lunge and a miss, 0-2. 17 division titles and 5 World Series championships in that span. And right there in the thick of things in the American League yet again. Two from Danny Young. His way outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Trent Grisham, left-handed batter. 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored today. Couple of strikeouts. 1-2 pitch locked him up. Sinker on the outside corner. He goes down looking. And 2 down in the 8th inning. Looking ahead to the 9th, the Braves will have Dubon, Yastrzemski, and Riley coming up. Likely facing the right-hander Bednar. 2 down for George Lombard Jr. They love this kid. He's been in Yankee pinstripes for a week. Just made his debut this past Tuesday. He's already hit a couple of home runs, including one today. There's a ball low. He took Victor Medeiros over the right field wall back in the 7th inning. That made it a 4-2 game at the time. 1-0. He swings and misses over the top of a sweeper. 1-1. Braves got that one right back with a home run of their own in the 8th inning off the bat of Ronald Acuna. Comebacker, a dive, and not in time. Ozzie going to his right, got leather on it, and that went off his glove and rolled across center field. 2-out single for George Lombard.
Boy, Lombard hit the dirt at first base hard. His feet went out from under him.
He needed a second to get his breath once he got up. About the only thing that hasn't gone his way since coming up to the big leagues. He's making that turn. He was in the grass. He wasn't even in the dirt. He was in the grass making that rounded off turn. And those feet came right out from under him. He ended up crawling to the bag, basically. A homer here in the 8th inning by Ben Rice. As the Yankees on top 5-3 in the bottom of the 8th. And now Spencer Jones is the batter. Left-handed batter facing Young, and Danny puts a strike over the outside corner. A 1 pitch is low. Braves are 3-40 this season when trailing after 8 innings. Get this one more out. Already going to be challenging enough, trailing by 2 runs. 1-1 pitch. There's a ball outside. If the Braves can't come back and win this game, the struggles on the road lately would continue. Braves coming in have lost 17 of their last 25 road games. Remember, they started 23-9 on the road in their first 32 road games of the season. 2-1. A little bit low and outside. 3-1. Three balls and a strike on Spencer Jones. High and outside, ball 4. Over 45,000 here at Yankee Stadium on a Saturday. They're Yankees on top. We've seen Decent amount of Braves fans. Been good to see some of the Braves folks. Always good to see Braves fans when we're in New York. They're sticking around hoping for a comeback in the 9th inning, but still not through the bottom of the 8th. Here comes Caballero.
Let's see if he gets in the box in a timely fashion.
Jones at first, Lombard at second. Danny Young to the plate, almost hit him in the back foot. 5-3 Yankees, bottom of the 8th. One over from the lefty. Inside, swiveled his hips out of the way. 2 balls and no strikes on Caballero. Well, the Braves hoping to get Danny Young through this bottom of the 8th inning, but not coming easy. It's gone homer, strikeout, single, walk. And now 2 balls and no strikes on Caballero. Missed the inside corner, 3-0. If he walks him, they'll be loaded for Wells. 3-0 pitch, taking all the way, takes a called strike. Braves have used Sale, Medeiros, and Young on the mound today. Danny Young, tug of the cap. Leaning forward, now straightens, glance to second base. 3-1 pitch, fought off foul, down into our right. 3-2. That was coming right at a guy, and his only move in defense was to duck. Well, that's where the ball was going. He just about ducked his head right into the ball. Runners go, 3-2, and a fly ball popped up over towards the stands on the right field line, out of play. Young's got to find a way to get Caballero right here. Like I mentioned, already going to be a steep slope in the top of the 9th, trailing 5-3. They've got pretty good wheels out there. They're going to be on the move once again. Runners take their leads, and time called by Caballero. He adjusts his elbow guard and his batting gloves, adjusts his helmet. Now digging back in to face Young. Runners go in the 3-2. In there for a called third strike. Got him with a sweeper. That ends the bottom of the 8th, but a home run by Ben Rice adds on to the lead. We go to the 9th inning, 5-3 Yankees.
Double down, Braves country. When the Braves hit a double, you get a free.
They've got a man picked off. Chavez hits his top of his hat. Now they get Napoli at third base. How about that? It hit the top of the helmet of Chavez and bounced directly at an Angels infielder. A huge out here in the 7th inning.
Oh, they dodged a huge bullet there. What is it that kind of got you hooked as a foodie, so to speak?
My dad was really into food when I was a kid. He traveled for work and he would go to places all over Europe and stuff. He was in sales, and I feel like he would come home and try and cook the things he ate overseas. And so as a kid, I was exposed to a lot of like stuff that kids aren't usually exposed to. And so I credit my dad for that.
The closer for the Yankees, David Bednar, will come on in the 9th. he worked last night and picked up the win. He could pick up a save right here. Throws hard, upper 90s, and he throws a ton of splits, which the Braves saw a lot of last night. His numbers for the year: 5-3, 2.49 ERA, 25 out of 27 in saves.
Needs base runners quickly. Here's Mauricio Dubon. And Mauricio takes a strike on the outside corner. Well, last night, Bednar came along in the top of the 10th. He did not face Dubon last night. Faced 3 batters and went right through them. 0-1 comebacker out to second. Backhanded at second on the second bounce by Caballero. Goes over to first in time for the out. It just about hit Bednar in the head as he was ducking out of the way. And watching the play develop, you'd wish it had went off his glove or something, deflected it, and that way Dubon's likely safe at that point. It almost hit him in the glove. But he ducked out of the way and ends up being a 4-3 putout. There's Mike Yastrzemski. He doubled and drove in a run. Takes the first pitch strike. 5 runs on 8 hits for the Yankees, 3 runs on 8 hits for the Braves, neither team with an error. These 2 teams playing tug of war in the middle innings. A couple of lead changes. 0-1 fouled off, and once the Yankees retook the lead in the bottom of the 5th inning, they have just added on to it. Braves had a spark in the 8th with a home run by Acuna to make it a 1-run game, but Yankees got that run right back on a home run of their own in the 8th from Ben Rice. Nothing in 2 on Yastrzemski.
Yeah, that foul tip, I don't know if the ball came up and bit him in the fingers. He's shaking his hand like he's got like a lot of bees in it, or if it pinched it.
Down 0-2. Pitch from Bednar. Check swing, the appeal, he didn't go. You can get on base. You got the power of Austin Riley on deck. Remember, Austin hit a home run last night. Austin did not face Bednar in last night's game. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Yastrzemski. Braves down 2 runs in the 9th. 1-2, hanging alive, fouling it back. Still a 1-2 count on Diaz.
Pretty good pitch that he fought off there, 97.
Right-hander kicks and deals. 1-2 is high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wind is blowing out to left field. That's where Austin Riley went deep last night. The Yankees came back in the 9th last night to tie the game and then won in 10. Braves trying to do something similar here. 2-2, low and in, 3-2. It's a big pitch coming up right here.
Yes, it is. Bednar with 16 walks in 50 innings, 51 innings.
And foul up into the upper deck down the third baseline. That fastball 97. I mean, he goes fastball, splitter, and he's got the curveball. He's got a lot of confidence in all of them. Well, he feels better with fastball, splitter. His 3-2 selection. Inside ball 4. Missed with a fastball.
Good at bat.
That's the first walk allowed by a Yankee pitcher today. So now the tying run comes to the plate. And it's the man who gave the Braves a lead last night in the 8th inning, Austin Riley. Austin's home run last night made it a 1-0 game at the time. There's a ball a little bit low and outside. He hit it off of Hedrick last night, the lefty. 1 ball and no strikes on Riley. 1-0 pitch. Austin, big swing and a miss. Riley 1 for 3. Take that back. 1 for 4 in his career versus Bednar. The one was a single. 1-1, low and outside, 2 balls and a strike. Well, of course, in a situation like this, you just want to work to get a good pitch. And so far, Bednar, after walking Yastrzemski, has fallen behind 2-1 here on Riley.
He's have some good plate coverage because of that splitter. And then if you get something, a mistake on the inner third, then turn on it.
Dom Smith's in the on-deck circle. He'd be pinch hitting for Jarvis. 2-1 pitch, swung on. Fastball 97. Went away from him there. He has a modest lead at first base. Righty set at the letters. 2-2 pitch, and Riley swings and misses at a fastball for strike 3. Bednar fell behind 2-1 and then went to 2 good fastballs in solid locations. Gets the strikeout. So the Braves down to their final out. So now in the hands of Dominic Smith. We saw Dominic as a pinch hitter last night in the 8th inning, struck out.
He made 2 good pitches, you're right, Ben, but with 4-seamers above the zone. They were not strikes and above Riley's hands, and yet Austin still tried to go up and get it and couldn't catch up.
Dominic has been a good hitter in this ballpark in his career. Left-handed batter hitting .267. Yaz takes off. There's a called strike. Yaz down to second base on defensive indifference. For Dominic Smith in his career, he's a .346 hitter in this ballpark with 6 home runs. Correction, 4 home runs in 18 games. 0-1 pitch, low and inside. And with the Braves down to their final out, of course, you'd love a home run that'd tie the game. If you just wanted to continue the game, get on base, see what the top of the order can do. One pitch. Dominic, a healthy cut and a miss at a fastball. Braves down to their final strike. 45,000 plus on a Saturday afternoon rising to their feet. Yankees have used Cole, Hedrick, Blackburn, and Bednar on the mound. And they're looking for back-to-back wins for the first time in a little over a week. July 27th and 28th, the last time they paired wins together. Bednar, right-hander, comes set. He has a lead at second. 1-2 pitch. His tie, 2 balls, 2 strikes. That fastball 97 from Bednar.
And that was up. He's really trying to live at the top of the zone and get the guys to try to chase it, try to go up and get it.
Dominic awaits. 2-2. Low and in, 3-2.
Last night it was a steady diet of splitters. Today, more 4-seamers at the top of the zone.
Very calm Dominic Smith. Standing in the left-hand batter's box. Taking a long stare out there at the right-hander Bednar. Yaz takes his lead at second. And a 3-2. A swing and a ground ball up the middle and a base hit into center field. That'll drive in Yastrzemski. It's a 1-run game, just like the Yankees last night in the 9th inning, who are down to their final strike and found a way. Dominic Smith and the Braves are down to their final strike here, and Dominic with an RBI single. And the Braves still have life. They'll pinch run with Lane Thomas at first base, and Drake Baldwin coming up to the plate.
How about the clutch hitting all year long by Dominic Smith? He's been such a good pinch hitter and comes through yet again. He's
had some great battles. Matt Blake, the pitching coach, out there to the mound. The entire infield is gathered for this meeting. So as the meeting continues, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Atlanta Braves Radio Network. So here's what you got. It's a 1-run game. Yankees leading the Braves 5-4 in the top of the 9th. Braves down to their final out, but a base hit by Smith just scored Yastrzemski to make it 5-4. Tying runners at first base. Good wheels over there. And here comes Drake Baldwin. Drake facing Bednar. First pitch he sees, misses inside. Baldwin 1 for 4 in the game. Now an ABS challenge here. Yankees want to challenge this. That is confirmed. That is a ball. Baldwin did not face Bednar last night. In fact, he has never faced Bednar in his career. Lefty batter, right-handed pitcher. 1-0 pitch. And he taps it foul right off the edge of the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, that spun foul. Look, the game could end here, but the last thing you want to see is end on a little tapper in front of the plate. Got very good speed at first base in Thomas. And Baldwin, of course, big, powerful bat. If he finds a gap, Thomas, of course, running on contact. It could tie the game. 1-1. He swings at a splitter down. Missed every stitch of it. 1-2.
Yeah, it was the best splitter he's thrown. It was well located, and it was a good one.
Braves once again down to their last strike. Ronald Acuna's on deck. Drake Baldwin looking at a 1-2 count. Bednar brings it. And Baldwin with a fly ball towards right field. Coming in and making the catch is Spencer Jones, and that's the ball game. The Braves score 1 in the 9th inning, but they cannot come all the way back, and the Yankees have won back-to-back games for the first time since the last few days of July. They've taken this series, and the Braves will have to win tomorrow to avoid being swept here in the Bronx. For the Braves in the 9th, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left. Final score, Yankees 5, Braves 4. Back with the totals after this.
When it comes to shipping, Saia Freight and Logistics delivers a grand slam. As the exclusive freight and logistics partner of the Atlanta Braves, Saia provides comprehensive nationwide service focused on customer satisfaction.